Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Jeff and Ishan show. Ishan, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Azaad.
Azaad, 2025 Hindi language period action drama. That's a mouthful. Directed by Abhishek Kapoor, screenplay by Ritesh Shah, Naresh Nair, and Chandan Arora.
16 हाथ से कम कहाँ होगा? खाली स्मार्ट बाड़ी है, कदकाठी से ही पता चलता है। रंग तो बहुत ही बढ़िया है। कहाँ से लाए इसे?
विक्रम सिंह को घोड़ा है, आजाद।
Ishan, what's it about?
So it's set in rural India during colonial times, and the protagonist is a stable hand who really wants to ride a horse like his heroes in the tales his grandmother tells him. One day, he messes with the daughter of the zamindar,
The local landowner.
and is forced to run away. And he runs into some rebels who are trying to take down the zamindar and the British rule. The rebels give him a horse, which he loves, but he definitely envies the chief's big black mare, Azaad.
Azaad, which means free. Yeah, it's set in 1920s British India, and the stable hand, Govind, played by Aman Devgan, has to flee the village because he thinks he's in trouble, and he runs into these rebels, and the rebel leader is played by his real-life uncle, AJ Devgan, who's a big Bollywood star, so that's a cool thing about the movie, and falls in love with the black mare, and wants to be able to ride it. And that fascination, the eagerness to get to ride it eventually gets him into all kinds of trouble. The crisis starts there, and he winds up getting involved in trying to fight to defend his village.
What did you like about it?
I thought it was great. I loved the historical elements. Yes, it's an epic Bollywood drama. This is not a documentary, but it touches on real life things that were happening at that time, including taking India's most economically disadvantaged people and shipping them off to work in South Africa as quote unquote indentured servants under extremely harsh, difficult, despicable conditions. It also touches on the fact that the British Raj regularly sentenced men and boys to public floggings. If anyone tells you that that's not true or that's exaggerated, they are sadly mistaken. So I like that it touched on those things.
Still running short on men. I need 400 more for South Africa.
कोई तो रोको इन जमींदारों के जुल्म को.
I loved the score. I thought it was great. It's very Ennio Morricone inspired. If you know the Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns, or somewhere in your life you've probably heard the theme to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It very much evokes that. This sort of electrified cowboy music with the chorus in the background and the trumpets blasting. It went really well with this setting. And I don't think the composer Hitesh Sonik was stealing from Morricone. It felt more like a very loving tribute to that kind of music. I loved the movie very much. I was yelling, "Go Azaad!" in the third act. I had a lot of fun watching it with you.
Yeah, I think I definitely enjoyed all the action and everything in the movie. Definitely the score as well. And there were definitely some interesting little jokes in there too, every so often, which added a little comedic air, which was nice. One thing that I thought wasn't as good about the movie was it felt a little bit unreal, like one of those older martial arts movies, but it wasn't that kind of movie as much. So it almost like felt weird that way.
Yeah, at one point I thought, this is like Seabiscuit meets RRR. Boy in Love with a Horse meets Freedom Fighters. It doesn't have the physicality of RRR. I mean, it's not that exaggerated, but it does have that action movie, a lot of stunt work kind of violence.
Yeah. And another thing that was kind of strange was there were parts that it was a little bit hard to tell what was going on, or if it was a flashback, or there's a little item drop in one scene, but it's hard to tell whether it's just someone having a drunken dream or whether that's actually real. and it doesn't really get explained.
Yeah, that did confuse us. There was a whole dance sequence. It's a very Bollywood item song number, but we had to actually stop and go, is that Janaki? Is that Rasha Tadani or a different actress? And then did it happen at all? Was it a dream? So there were a couple moments like that. But I overlooked it because I liked the movie so much. But yeah, I totally agree with you.
How many stars do you give it?
I'm going to have to give it 4.5 stars. I really want to give it 5, but there are those little things that bugged me. I think the same things maybe that bugged you. So I'm rolling with 4.5 stars. I recommend that you see it. It's great for anyone 14 and up.
Yeah, it's definitely a little cheesy, for sure. I think I was going to give it a 3, but you're giving it so much praise, and you've kind of convinced me. I think I will bump it up to like a 4.
You're going to bump it up to a 4?
Yeah, I'll give it a 4.
This might be the
4 stars.
closest we've come. We're like half a point away from each other. So, all right. Check out Azaad, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
राजा तुम जबरदस्त है यार
ए स्टेबल बॉय औकात में
अब हम स्टेबल बॉय नहीं अनस्टेबल बॉय